In this video, I'm teaming up with my buddy Scarecrow, who's been playing this game for a long time and has killed a ton of animals, especially diamonds, rares, and great ones. And today, we're going to be checking in with him, checking out his top 2 trophy lodges to see what the trophy lodge looks like of a true expert player. Pulling up to Scarecrow's Safari. This is going to be something. So if you guys remember, not too long ago, we done a video where Scarecrow came to my lodge, but today I'm going into his lodge, which is going to be a lot different because he was saying he has, how many lodges do you have total?
I have so we'll probably not go through all of them because I have probably 15 lodges where I just have random trophies thrown into random places just to get them out of the trophy manager. But I have 2 main lodges, 2 big main lodges where all my best trophies are. 2
main lodges, and that's what we're going to be going through today. This is going to be really cool. We're going to see things we have never seen before on my channel.
Oh, there is some crazy stuff in these lodges.
All right, you go first. I'll follow you.
Are you ready for the grand reveal?
I am ready. I'm looking through the window, and I'm already seeing some pretty cool pistols. Oh, my goodness.
Here we go.
Dude, they're so full.
The entrance. So this guy right here was the very first diamond red deer I killed after they added the true rack systems to their antlers.
And it's a spike?
No, it's not a spike. It's a diamond. What? Is it showing up as a spike for you?
It's showing up as a spike.
Oh no.
That makes it even cooler.
What about the one to the left? What's he showing up as?
The one behind it, or?
No, this one right here.
Another spike. Oh, dude, this is funny. I'm looking at all your stuff. You got that. The yak has no antlers. The moose is also like a 4-pointer. The caribou's like a little bitty scrub antlers. So you're saying that all of your stuff has tiny antlers. They all have like the smallest antler thing.
My gosh, that is crazy.
I won't look too much. I'm gonna let me switch into a bunch of modes. Let me click a bunch of buttons and see what I can do.
I think it's because we just went from your lodges. We started in your Spring Creek, and I feel like there's a bug right now when you go from Spring Creek to Sasika. So we'll restart our game, and then we'll get back to it. I think
okay, because
this is going on here.
This is very funny. I was like, oh, it's a spike. That's really cool.
That's crazy.
Like, to get a spike to go diamond, I'm sure that was pretty hard.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay, I'll do a quick restart, and then we'll get back.
All right.
All right, session's up. I have it set to friends only, so you should be able to join without any trouble this time.
Cool. I think I'm coming in. We will see if there's all spikes this time.
Okay, let's see.
No.
Are we good now?
Oh, no.
Is it the same thing still?
Yeah, it's the same thing. They're all still tiny.
Oh, my gosh. There's no way, bro. Come on. What if I remove a mount and put it back down?
Try that. Let's see what...
Found
all right,
it.
I see him. I see it now. However, I can see the full red deer. However...
I hit the wrong
all the
button.
other ones are still the same. Maybe you could go through and just switch their pose, like switch, and maybe that'll make them pop up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So now I see this big one. Is this a diamond? Yeah, it's a diamond. And then in the back, it's a melanistic girl. Okay. Yeah.
Is this one different now? I just changed its pose.
You changed that one? Yep, it popped up the right way now.
Oh my gosh, that's such a weird bug.
That is. That's some really cool poses, too. How you got made them parallel.
All right, so this wall up here, it's got some pretty special trophies on it, all right?
Oh, yeah.
So we've got a couple of really nice diamond moose up there at the top.
Okay.
Really good-looking moose. We got a nice diamond wild yak in the middle.
Okay. Is this supposed to have horns?
Does it not have horns?
It does not have horns right now.
Does it have them now?
No.
Okay, so the trick didn't work for him.
Okay. That's okay. We can imagine.
Does the caribou have antlers?
The caribou all have antlers.
Do they have giant antlers?
Yes.
Okay, that's all that's important. Because this one
and
right
those are all diamonds up there, or some great ones will be in the other lodge.
Everything is a diamond. Yeah, everything here is a diamond or a rare in this lodge. Or this guy right here. You see this piebald caribou? That's a diamond piebald.
Oh, so that's mega rare.
This was my first ever super rare. I got this back in 2019.
Wow.
It was shortly after the release of Yukon Valley, and I was hunting the caribou on there, and boom, got this beast.
And how long have you been playing this game?
Since it came out in 2017.
Wow. I'm going to leave and come back. Because if you have to do that to every single one, that's going to make it really hard. Cutting into the video, I just want to remind you, KendallGrayOutdoors.com. If you want some merch, it helps out the channel. And I want to give you a promo code, KG Gaming, 10% off whatever you want. Summer's coming up. It's about that time to start fishing. Maybe you need a catfishing kit. Maybe you need a bass fishing kit. Or maybe you just need a cool t-shirt. KendallGrayOutdoors.com or first link description. We're in good shape now. We're good.
It's working?
Mine is working.
Okay, and the yak isn't a little hornless dude no more?
The yak is no longer a hornless dude. Good news, everybody. We got it fixed.
This is actually the max score you can get for a male Gemsbach right here.
Okay. So does that mean that's a diamond?
Yeah, this is a diamond right here.
Okay.
But what's interesting is it's only like 5 points above diamond, and that's because the male and female Gemsbach have different max scores. This is the highest a male can get, but the female can go like way higher.
Really? That's weird.
The female Gemsbach are the giants in this game.
Here you got a nice little rabbit.
Little diamond European hair. Cute little guy. Behind it, we've got a couple of javelina trophies, couple colored peccary, a gray diamond, and a leucistic female.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Very cool looking trophies.
I like how you have symmetry. Are you like, do you feel like you do good at interior design? Do you like decorating in real life? Because you got this place looking pretty good.
I kind of enjoy decorating a little bit.
Because you got these set up to where it makes sense. My trophy lodge, there's no rhyme or reason for anything.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you got to start somewhere. I used to just have them jumbled up, and then I decided, you know what? I'm going to try and make it look a little bit cooler. So this is like an Africa-based wall. We've got rare kudu. We've got diamond wildebeest. We've got diamond springbok. Nice little looking wall.
These are kudu on the side. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a few different rare kudu here.
Oh, these are all lesser kudu. It'd be cool if we could get greater kudu, ain't it?
Definitely. Greater kudu would be phenomenal. I'd love to see them in the game.
I got a question for you over here. This is your trophy lodge. What would be under these metal plates? What kind of food you got covered up?
That'd be some leftover bacon for future BLTs.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah. Right over here, we've got ourselves a diamond European hair again.
Yo, you've been killing them, bro. I'm excited to see what your extremely rare one's going to look like.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. This is a max scoring European hair diamond here.
Wow. You looking forward to the rabbit great one?
Oh my gosh, a rabbit great one would be honestly a nightmare to hunt, but it would be cool.
A jackalope? Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're not going there yet. Oh, no,
okay,
no,
never mind.
Come on over here. Come on over here. We got this wall up here to look at. The beautiful diamond yak there in the middle. We got a couple of really nice diamond moose. What you'll notice is the diamond moose on the left looks a little bit smaller than the one on the right, but it scores way higher. This was back when they used to be able to score higher, and then like a couple years later, they changed the scoring on moose.
Ooh.
And so this guy that scores 307, you can't get a 307 scoring moose anymore.
At all?
No, I believe the most you can get is like around 302.
That's interesting.
Then if we look down here, we've got a couple of really nice caribou. This one's a 458 diamond on the left here. We also have a diamond piebald axis deer, but this is back when piebald axis deer were not a rare.
Oh.
This is back when they were an uncommon, so it's still a really cool trophy. And it's also back before they added Truex to axis, so they look absolutely tiny for being diamonds.
Oh.
But the holy grail of this wall right here is this guy over here on the right, this piebald diamond caribou. Yeah. Back when Yukon first released in 2019, I spent the first week grinding caribou, and this was the best thing I got during that time.
That is so long ago, and that is crazy. That's got to be pretty extremely rare, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially nowadays, because it's really tough to get a caribou to even make diamond. They troll so often. Like, you could find 10 max levels, and you'd be lucky if 2 of them made diamond.
Wow, that is crazy. So even still, that one's not going to make your extremely rare lodge?
No, I've got it separated because this is one that I got outside of a Great One grind. My other lodge has all my super rares from when I was Great One grinding.
Okay.
So I kind of separated them. The ones that I got just like during normal hunts, they get to be in this lodge. And speaking of crazy stuff in this lodge, this reindeer mount is one of my favorites. I love this mount. The little piebald in the front, the 2 diamonds in the back. They're just so impressive looking.
That's wild. You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is 7,500 hours of playing, all put into a couple of lodges. And then if you look up on the wall over here, a couple of albino warthogs from 2021 and 2020.
A pair. That's crazy.
And right here on the table, we got a little black grouse diamond.
You know what? I ended up killing a diamond black grouse, and I was like, I don't care about this enough to mount it. What was I doing? I have no idea what I was doing.
Gotta mount those diamonds, man.
I know. Teach me something right here. Let's say you're going for a multi-mount like this one over here.
Yeah.
You can draw for the multi-mount out of all these singular mounts, right?
So, yeah, like you can, so to make a multi-mount, you can select any species, or not species, but any of the animals that you have. You can take them off the wall and put them into a multi-mount if you want, if they have a mount available for them.
And once you put them in a multi-mount, you can't change that multi-mount.
You can, actually. You can click dismantle multi-mount, and it'll break it back up into singles.
Okay.
But obviously, you'll lose the, like, 5 or 10K you spent on making the mount.
That ain't bad. But say that you make a really cool lion mount, and then you kill a way better lion, you could probably slip that in there and not... You could do it.
Yeah, you have to click dismantle and it'll take it apart completely, and then you got to reassemble it with the new one and like all the other trophies you wanted in there and repay the fee. You can't just swap one out without having to dismantle the whole thing, sadly. This is a crazy mount right here.
What in the world is that?
Well, we've got a melanistic female duck, you know, pretty cool. We've got a diamond max scoring duck right on top there flying away. But if you look down here in the front...
Okay.
That's a diamond leucistic.
No.
Yeah, it's a diamond leucistic mallard. And
what does leucistic even mean?
It's like albino, but not fully. It's like they get like a little bit of the whiteness on their fur, but it's not like as white as an albino.
Okay.
I forgot like what causes it, but yeah, it's more common than albinos are IRL as well.
Look what a piebald coyote.
Oh yeah, this little piebald coyote.
It looks like a dog.
Where I shot it.
That's a really cool mount, dude.
I love this mount. I gotta say, out of my entire lodge, this is probably one of my favorite mounts. And the story behind this little leucistic is pretty crazy, actually. Like, this was back in the day when they first... It was like within the first year of the Great One becoming a thing in Call of the Wild. And so I was trying to hunt for my first Great One whitetail still. And I decided to myself, I was like, you know what? I need to go out and look for some more whitetail zones. I feel like I'm missing some. And then I spotted this guy just sitting out on the water when I was looking for zones.
Wow. I'll say this. If I shot that in real life, I would say, oh, I killed a cinnamon teal. And throw it in a bag and just rip it open to eat it. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
That it's a leucistic. Very pretty, though. And also, this is a very pretty one right here. This is my first ever... rare kudu right here, this male. This, back in the day when I shot this was almost a diamond. It was like, I think 15 points below diamond, because this is back when like it was the 1 to 1,000 system for trophies. So like the max score you could get was 1,000. It was like a universal scoring system across the whole board of animals. And this guy scored like 945 and 960 was diamond. So this guy was dangerously close to being a diamond. Just such a pretty little albino.
Wow, and you killed one of them in 2019 and the female in 2021, and now they finally came in to be a mount together. That's crazy.
Indeed,
years apart.
Man. These guys are pretty sick right here. We got an albino mule deer up on the wall. Just barely
on the
gold.
left side?
Yeah, on the left side. Just barely made gold, but still a really cool looking deer. This one in the middle, this is back when dilutes were not a rare. They were still an uncommon. And it was also during a time where these antlers were broken. The antlers were twisted backward, and they just looked ridiculous. And then eventually they fixed them, so now it looks normal. But back when I shot this thing, it was one of the most ugly looking set of antlers you'd ever seen. And then over to his right, we got a nice little melanistic, 245. Got that in 2021. And this is probably... Yeah, this was probably one of my most wanted trophies for the longest time, the albino Rocky Mountain elk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is not common at all, is it?
No, and especially one with antlers of this size. I mean, this is a big gold. And man, I searched for over a year trying to find one of these, and I finally found one in multiplayer. And it happened to be this guy right there.
Wow.
Down here, we've actually got a couple of diamond female Gemsbok. These are both max score. These are the max score females I was talking about. I got this one 2019, one day before my birthday, actually.
Oh, wow.
And this was the very first animal I got that was max score. So this one's got a pretty special place in this lodge.
Right in the middle, another hare. Seems like you've done a hurting on the European hare. Was you going after them, or do you just shoot them when you see a big one?
Nah, I was mainly hunting like red deer and stuff on Quattro, and I would just find these guys while doing that. I got pretty lucky on a lot of them. Next up, the big wall. We got the big wall with all the elk and the Rusa deer and the hog deer and the black buck and the Cape buffalo and the mountain goats and the mouflon at the top. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, one of these is albino. Yeah, this right here. This the smaller looking mountain goat's an albino.
Okay.
They're really tough to like differentiate, but you can tell they got the little pink nose, and I think their hooves are pink as well.
Ooh.
Really the only way to tell.
Yeah, I could see how that could be kind of hard to differentiate.
Oh, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. You ready? This guy right here. This is a legacy rack diamond mule deer. These are antlers you can't get anymore. And
is that like a legacy diamond?
Yeah, it's a legacy diamond mule deer. Got it back in 2020. Yeah, he's pretty crazy looking. And then next to him's a very wonky Trurex diamond one that I got not too long ago. Yeah, I got this last year. So the next thing that we've got on the list here is this little mount here, which is pretty cool. Albino female mountain lion, because this mount requires a female mountain lion instead of a male.
Really?
And then right with it is, I believe, it was one of my first diamond elk. One of my favorite looking diamond elk.
Yeah, he looks so huge. And it's almost like you got like right here in a row, big cat and prey. Then over here you got the melanistic snow leopard eating its prey. Was that intentional? And then the white tiger eating its prey. Was that intentional to have cat multi-mounts
here? Not gonna lie, it was not completely intentional. The tiger and the snow leopard mounts were intentional because I felt like those are two of my favorite trophies I've got. Is this tiger and that snow leopard. This I just put it here because it was one of the only things that this is one of the only mounts that it fits on. So I just decided to put it here.
Well, you got a good little big cat collection going on right here.
For sure. And then we got some little guys over here. Little diamond harlequin duck.
Yeah.
Another diamond rabbit. This one's an eastern cottontail rabbit, though.
Oh, okay. You got a real nice gun counter.
And then if we come over here, we've got one of the rarest diamonds in the entire game that isn't like a rare fur type. This guy right here. Diamond Bob White quail.
Wow.
This is the only diamond quail I've got.
Dude, I don't know how many quail I've killed. Maybe 2.
Oh, they're so like
it's crazy.
Difficult. Because they're only on Mississippi and New England, and those are 2 of my least played maps.
Up top, you got some really cool stuff. Is that the diamond thing you were talking about?
Yep, that's the diamond bighorn right there. You see how ridiculous that curl looks?
Yeah, it does look a little weird.
It's a little excessive, but it's impressive.
It's almost a little curved in. I feel like if it was maybe curved out a little bit more, where it wouldn't cover up its eyes.
I definitely think that would make it better. This one next to it's kind of cool as well, a diamond chamois. I haven't seen a lot of these.
Ooh.
And honestly, they look pretty impressive compared to like a lot of the ones we shot yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah. I feel like I almost need binoculars in this lodge, like to look up so high.
True. Well, what you can do is you can hit the camera button. I don't know what it is on controller, but on PC, it's just P. And you can zoom in with the camera.
And now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can see them real good.
Yeah. There's your links. I'm going to take a picture of it. Nice. Let me take a picture of you in your lodge. Say cheese.
Yay!
There we go.
Also, I don't think we really paid too much attention to just how big these Barasinga look. We were so focused on the cats that we didn't really talk about this Barasinga. Do you see how massive these diamonds are?
Oh, yeah. Those antlers are
just
crazy.
Crazy.
Dude, that tiger's crazy.
I love this tiger so much. It's one of my favorite all-time trophies.
I remember in middle school, we had a circus that came to school, and they had one of those.
Jeez,
I think that's illegal now.
Probably, yeah. Probably not exactly something they do much anymore. All right, now don't look at the main room. Don't look down at the main room. We're going to go to this hallway now, all right?
Okay.
Up here, the wonkiest diamond elk I've ever seen. Look how twisty those antlers are.
Dude, it seems like sometimes I have a hard time seeing red deer versus elk. I mean, they're very similar.
Definitely.
But if you ask me, I don't know if I could tell you if these are red deer or elk.
They do have a lot of similarities for sure. The red deer tend to have more tines on their antlers, though. But then this wall is all diamond elk.
Wow.
Roosevelt elk as well as Rocky Mountain elk down here at the very end.
Okay. What's that one on the wall at the very head of the room? What is that?
This guy is a 5'11" scoring diamond Rocky Mountain elk. He's
killed back in
2020.
Monster. No, 2022.
Yeah, 2022 for him, 2023 for this other one. Across from them, we got a melanistic goose too, just kind of hanging out in the hall. Oh, and a diamond Eurasian widgeon on this table.
Ooh, a widgeon.
I love me some widgeon.
That's a good pose.
Oh, and a very pink 300 Magnum. Love to see it.
That.
This is a pretty crazy room here.
What is that? What?
I feel like I recognize this mount from your lodge. It looks almost the same.
Yeah, I've got one like this, but my deer aren't quite that big. Are these all great ones?
No, so these aren't great ones.
Oh.
One of these, I believe it's the one in the front middle. This is a 291 scoring diamond. You cannot get a 291 diamond anymore. This was before they lowered their like possible scores. This was back from 2020, back when the great one was first added and I started grinding for it. We got this monster right here. And then the other two are just like some cool diamonds that I got in here, a 274.4. And I think this 272 was a bugged great one, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was a bugged great one. Because back in the day, there was a bug where if you spawned a great one and then you exited from your game before shooting it, it would turn into a diamond. It was a pretty bad bug. And so I found this guy, and he was a level 5 diamond, and I was like, whoa, level 5, that's not normal. They max at level 3. Sure enough, I killed it, I claimed it, and it had a like 109 kg weight, which is 9 kgs over max score for normal whitetail.
This is crazy.
So it was a broken great one. It was a broken great one. I think it's this guy over here, but I can't even tell because it looks like a diamond.
If I seen something like this in real life, I think I would pass out.
So this little section over here is not as crazy. We got a diamond springbok.
Okay, the lodge is so big, I keep losing you.
We got a female red fox, and that's because this was a mythical female, which is not common for red fox. So I taxed it.
What's that on the right?
And next to it, diamond coyote.
Coyote. The fox looks bigger than the coyote.
It does. It's a problem. They need to redo the coyotes like badly. We got a European bison diamond up here.
European bison. That's something I don't get to hunt much.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I like them a lot. They're one of the easiest things to hunt on Hirsch. Hirsch is a tough map. European bison are actually not bad on there. Oh, this guy right here I think is one of my most recent additions to this lodge here. Melanistic gadwall.
Ooh, I'm a photographer. This mount I like. This is a really cool mount.
Oh, I love this one.
It's like the red fox is whooping up on the gray fox.
Yeah, also, this is what I was talking about earlier. This gray fox right here is my favorite fur type, the two-tones. Same fur type as the one in your lodge.
So technically, I could pull off this multi-mount.
You could, yeah. It's a really cool one.
Cool, okay.
And now for the other corner.
Oh, man.
We've got some diamond pheasants here.
Oh, that's a cool mount.
And right here is two melanistic pheasants.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the melanistic pheasant is probably the
prettiest.
They're
blue. They're purple.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And you got 2 of them.
It's probably my favorite rare in all of Call of the Wild.
Wow.
I mean, they're just stunning.
Do you know if pheasants really get that color? Ever?
I believe they do, yeah.
Oh,
they
my
have like
gosh.
the what's it called? Like pearlescent, incandescent, something like that. Tones throughout their feathers.
That's
They're just
wild.
so pretty. And this wall's got some special trophies on it, okay? So this is a cinnamon black bear. This is after they made them rare. They used to be just like a normal thing you could get anywhere, but now they're actually a rare. And right next to it, we got a diamond kudu. I think this was True Rex, I believe. Melanistic caribou in the middle. Another diamond kudu. And this is probably the most special thing in this room. This is a Legacy Antlers black-tailed deer diamond. The only diamond legacy I was able to get. This is what they used to look like. I mean, it's not realistic for a black-tailed deer, but it sure looked impressive. And right next to it, I believe, this is the diamond nil guy that I think you probably recognize.
Hey, I was there for that hunt.
Yeah, this little guy right here.
That was really recent.
Nice little December hunt in last year. Love to see it. Sitting next to another Legacy Antlers diamond axis deer from 2019. This is an old one.
Is that the same 300 Magnum we've already seen?
Yeah. You can put up as many of the same thing as you want in the lodges.
Okay.
Oh, here's another diamond nil guy. This was actually from that same lake that we found the diamond and piebald side by side. I got this guy in February of this year.
Wow.
Literally same lake, just boom, diamond. And another diamond axis deer from the olden days. This is a cool water buffalo. This is a diamond Legacy Horns water buffalo back from 2019.
Okay.
And right next to you is a diamond black buck and a diamond kudu.
That black buck. Ooh.
He's beautiful.
So cool.
I love the black buck. We're about halfway done with this lodge now.
Okay.
We're getting there. We're going to turn our backs. We're going to turn our backs to that side and go this way.
Not look into the big room.
And now we're here to the hollow moose.
Oh, baby. Is there a great one moose?
There is a great one moose, and you will see some of those in the other lodge.
Some?
Yep.
I mean, you got.
I think I've killed like 11 or 12 great one moose.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was on a big moose kick for a while where I was just hunting tons of moose. We've got an albino moose right here.
Wow.
Next to a mission animal, actually. This is the mocha moose. You get it from the Tiawaroa missions. You can only get one of them.
Tiawaroa?
And yeah, good old
the one you
Tiawaroa.
killed?
Yeah, this is the mocha moose from the missions on Tiawaroa.
I don't remember if I killed it. If I didn't kill it, I'd still be seeing it, right?
Yeah, because you get the option to either take a picture of it or kill it.
I definitely killed it, and I didn't mount it.
Oh, no.
That's unbelievable.
Here's a little melanistic and a pretty big piebald next to it.
A lot of these, did they come from like your grinds where you would work really hard to get moose?
Some of them, yes. Some of these I just found on random multiplayer hunts. Like this piebald was found in multiplayer. Actually, I think all of these were found in multiplayer except the albino. Yeah, this is my diamond grizzly. Those paws are huge.
Yes.
They're ridiculously sized. A little piebald cinnamon teal diamond. Piebald cinnamon teal aren't considered a rare though, so this is just practically a normal diamond. But they look really cool.
Yeah.
This wall's got a few cool things. We got a diamond bobcat, albino bobcat.
Dang.
We've got a diamond tar and a piebald roe deer.
Wow.
And next to it, this albino right here. This is one of the new like true horns European bison that they added end of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I killed this thing and it was a level 5. It was a max level, but it didn't make diamond. It was like a couple points below.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so close,
dude. It looks so cool.
On the wall up here, a couple diamond black bear. They're kind of filler trophies. I'll probably eventually replace these two, but they look nice up on the wall, so that's why they're there right now.
It's nice that they're parallel. I like that.
Yeah, they look cool. But this is my favorite bear in this entire hallway. Diamond spirit brown bear.
Wow.
Next to a melanistic side-striped jackal as well.
And beside of a piebald boar? Light brown.
Yeah, this is, I think, my only diamond. Actually, no, I've got 2 diamond wild boar, but it's been a species I've not found many diamonds of. And we got this little side room right here. This is gonna be a cool room.
Oh.
This is my albinos and random room, and geese and roe deer.
Oh. Okay.
To be honest, I'm working on the name
lion?
still. And lion, yeah, lion as well. But there's an albino bighorn up there. Albino Bathidi ibex, albino mountain lion, albino blacktail, albino mountain goat. We got a great diamond mountain lion up here. I like the gray mountain lions. They're cool.
And then your big old diamond bison. Diamond European bison.
Good old European bison. I think this is a newer one. Yeah, this is of the newer true horns ones, not the legacy ones. This is a light gray leucistic Canada goose on the table. They're pretty. Kind of like them.
The wings look really good.
Yeah, this is a gray Canada goose, which is also a rare. And we got 2 diamonds here, brown hybrid diamond and a normal diamond.
Okay.
And the trio of roe deer sitting just kind of hanging out.
You kill it with Spang?
Yeah, I think I got all of these off of Quattro. And of course,
animals.
this might be the coolest thing in here. This is a legacy antlers fallow deer diamond.
Fallow deer.
The only one I ever got. I got this like a day before they switched them to true racks.
And when they switched them all to true racks, that just like a big update and reset all the antlers?
Yeah, it like completely redid, the antler system for the species. Now we got a kind of decent sized room down here.
Okay.
That is going to have some cool stuff. First off, we got the Grand Slam of Diamond Ibex. All 4 Diamond Ibex.
I think it would be cool if they did a grand slam like this of those Springbok maybe.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Wait, did you say this is grand slam of ibex? So this is all different species. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, 4 different species. Back on the wall, we got a couple of albino wildebeest, as well as a couple diamond feral goats. This mixed feral goat, when I shot it, it was not considered a rare fur type, but nowadays, if you see a mixed feral goat, it's a rare. And then this is a diamond raccoon right here.
Nice.
And my only rare actually, no, I've got a few rare raccoons. This is one of them, though, blonde piebald.
It's good.
Next to a diamond willow ptarmigan. This was an accidental diamond kill. I just shot a ptarmigan because it flew in front of me and it happened to be a diamond.
Wow.
And this is special. You see this tiny little black-tailed deer piebald?
Yeah.
This was a level 4. He was a level 4 with level 1 antlers.
Was his body big?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like it's a bug. It's a bug in the game where sometimes level 4s just get really tiny antlers for some reason for the blacktail. Nobody knows why, but I was kind of blown away to see that I got one of them that was actually a rare. One of the craziest trophies I've got in this lodge, probably. These two are a couple of diamonds on the wall. Barasinga, mule deer. We've seen a few of those, so we won't spend too much time on them. And here's the big wall. Big Wall's got some good stuff. That is a max scoring whitetail on the left end there. A couple diamond roe deer. We got a diamond moose, mellow moose, albino moose. And in the middle, you see that big elk right there, that big piebald one?
Yeah.
That was a max level. It was a level 5, but it trolled. It didn't make diamond. And I believe
you got a super cool one.
Yeah, this is my nicest melanistic blacktail. Have yet to get one that's gold.
Oh, wow.
And then this was a mythical melanistic mountain lion.
Is there a map where there's blacktails and mountain lions on the same map?
Sadly, no, which, makes this mount kind of strange to have in the game, but it's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's super cool.
I think we're on to the final rooms before going into the main one now. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes of this first lodge tour here. So first, we got to take a look at the stuff that's out front here. We got a couple of albino rabbits, white-tailed jackrabbit and European hare.
That's cool.
I love the albino bunnies. They look so sweet.
I'm drawn to this.
Oh, yeah, the piebald alligator.
Is any kind of fur type, scale type, I guess, on an alligator pretty rare?
Oh, yeah, like if you get a piebald. Well, the piebald are actually a little bit more common than a normal rare, but not by a lot. So like the piebald ones, you got a pretty solid chance of finding a piebald if you hunt a lot of gators. But the albinos and the melanistics and, stuff like that, they're really tough to find. What are these? We got leucistic and albino caribou up top here, as well as a diamond gray wolf. And on the opposite side over here, melanistic gray wolf and albino Iberian wolf. And this guy's crazy right here too. We got a brown max scoring Cape buffalo, just freaking huge horns.
Yeah.
And a diamond Euro bison again. And my only albino harlequin duck. Probably one of my favorite rare birds in the entire game. Now, you said you like Sika deer, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to see the Sika deer room next?
You have a Sika deer room?
Well, there's an entire wall dedicated to Sika deer. And then the rest is, a mix of stuff. But this wall has 5 different racks for diamond Sika deer right here.
What? This is my favorite. This is my favorite room so far.
It's a pretty insane room.
Yeah.
I love so many of these trophies are some of my favorites I've ever killed.
Wow. That is cool. I guess my diamond Sika that I ended up getting was that one on the top right.
Something like that, yeah. It was something like that. It was either the top right or maybe this middle left, possibly. I'd have to compare them
Okay,
side
yeah,
by
maybe
side.
Maybe it was.
And back here on this wall, there's an albino Sika deer. A cute little guy. And you may notice that that's a diamond albino axis deer right there at the top right and the top left. These aren't truly super rares because both of these were killed during the time when diamonds were over spawning like crazy from a bug in an update. And so they're not really as rare as they seem because diamonds were spawning like crazy everywhere. But they're still cool. They're still cool to have in the lodge. And on the top, we've got 3 different rare rusa deer, an albino in the middle, and then 2 different patterns of the piebald. We've got a diamond mouflon over here. I'm not sure why I put this here. I think it's just because it was the only trophy I had that would fit on a small mount. And bantang in the middle. This is pretty sick right here. This is my only trophy raccoon dog. It's a piebald.
Raccoon dog. What a weird animal.
I know. They're kind of wild. And then we've got the willow ptarmigan red. This is probably one of my rarest rares. This wall right here has some fox trophies here. Little red fox piebald.
Wow,
Tibetan
that's really
fox
cool.
diamond. And piebald gray fox. And this red deer over here is, I think, my biggest melanistic red deer I've ever killed. 230 on the trophy rating. Just an absolute monster. And across from it, this is actually, this was a level 9 piebald. But it trolled by 2 points. It was very close to being a diamond, but missed it just barely. And top middle is a diamond water buffalo. This is actually from end of last year. This is pretty new. And this wall has a bunch of deer species mainly. We got like sandbar diamond, sandbar piebald, some nice diamond red deer up there. A couple more little sika deer.
Really
so
cool.
A solid little room. Oh, this was one of my first multi-mounts I put together.
That's a cool one.
Little diamond red fox and diamond white-tailed jackrabbit. I think
Is there a place where the white-tailed jackrabbit and red fox are on the same map?
Nope, it's another one of those ones that they just kind of.
That's what I was thinking.
Cool.
I was like, does that line up? Maybe.
Yeah. So fox, they're on like Hirschfelden, and the white-tailed jackrabbit, they're on Leighton Lakes. So.
Okay.
It is interesting choice. All right, so we're on the second to last room now.
Okay.
Second to last room. This has some more modern trophies in it, as well as a couple of older ones. I have every single rare and diamond for the European rabbit here. This is a little diamond Euro rabbit. Then we got albino, leucistic, and melanistic. And then I think this is just a random diamond scrub hair. Yeah, this is a random diamond scrub hair over here.
Okay.
And there's your favorite fur type for the wildebeest. I got a diamond gold right there. And across from it, one of the most unique rares for blue wildebeest, the crowned. You can only get it on the females. Above it is my biggest rare water buffalo, a gold scoring albino. Got this back in 2020. And this other wall is just a piebald elk and then a few rare tar and one diamond tar. I just put these guys up here as fillers when tar were first added to the game.
I know that you spent a lot of time for some tar, so I'm guessing on this next one you're going to have some pretty crazy tar.
Oh, the next trophy lodge, it's going to have a lot of tar.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my head down. I'm just going to follow your feet. Okay. I don't want to look at anything until you're ready to talk about it.
This is going to be a crazy one.
This is the room.
All right, so come over here.
Okay.
And face this mound right here. We're going to start with this.
Oh, my gosh.
Melanistic American alligator and a melanistic raccoon.
Dude.
I love this mount so much.
That is crazy.
It is just a ridiculous mount. But the next one is pretty crazy as well. We got a melanistic goose and a piebald European bison.
This is a very weird mount.
European bison is really going for that goose.
What is going on here?
The goose is trying to attack the bison. He's really trying to show it who's boss.
Well, that's a funny mount.
All right, now turn straight to the left and look up at the wall.
Oh, no. Those are so cool.
Yeah, dude. This is a melanistic plains bison on the left and an albino on the right. And the middle, I really need to upgrade this still. This is a leucistic plains bison, but it's a female. I'd love to get a male one, but I've never seen one.
That's so cool. This is like a museum. You have everything.
Yeah. I have spent way too much time trophy hunting. This is a pretty crazy trophy directly behind you as well.
Okay.
This is my albino crocodile.
Albino?
And you may notice that it's holding a pretty cool goose as well.
Yeah.
This was a max level leucistic magpie goose, but it didn't make diamond. It was like 0.01 below diamond or something crazy like that.
That is wild.
It was like bittersweet. I was very excited that I got a leucistic, but I was like, there's no way it didn't make diamond. Oh no.
What kind of mount is going on here?
So this is it's an albino raccoon riding a piebald alligator.
That's insanity. All right, I'll put my head down.
Okay, yeah, because we're skipping this next one. We're doing it last.
I'm skipping it and just following the feet. Following the feet. All right.
Yep, right over here.
Oh,
this is a
wow.
sick mount. Yeah. This is 3 diamond Iberian wolves and a diamond gray Iberian mouflon. Now, back when I killed this mouflon, gray was an uncommon fur type. Nowadays, if you see a gray mouflon, it's a rare.
And look at those crocs.
Oh, yeah. We've got piebald alligator, albino alligator, piebald alligator. On the other side, we got diamond alligator. We have diamond alligator and diamond crocodile.
So I was completely wrong. No, these are not crocodiles except one.
Yep, one little crocodile and the rest are alligators. And this right here is a pretty sick mount as well. This is an older one. I got both of these in 2020. A diamond gray mountain lion and my biggest rare blacktail deer of all time.
That's cool.
I think next we'll go to this wall back here.
Okay.
This wall's got some cool stuff like a diamond warthog on the end. A black gold wild boar. This was my first kill on Quattro Colinas. I spawned in at the first outpost. I look out in the field and this black gold wild boar is just standing there. staring me down. And then next to it is a brown hybrid diamond wild hog. And next to him is, I think, one of the newest trophies in here. I got this in February.
Oh.
A black gold diamond feral pig.
That's real fresh then.
Yeah, super recent. Next to it's a melanistic wild boar. These guys are incredibly rare. I shot this back in 2020 as well. Red brown diamond warthog next to it. And the top is various rare red deer that I thought looked really cool on the wall. And right down here, we have 2 diamond kangaroo ready to have a fight.
Throw down. Oh, there we
go. The mount is incredible. Oh, this is a pretty sick mount, too. This is 3 rare roe deer. We have 2 piebalds and an albino. What you'll notice, though, is the piebald that's closest to us. Look how twisty those horns are, or antlers.
Yeah, really weird.
And in the middle of the lodge, right over here, we've got a couple cool things, too. We've got 2 diamond antelope jackrabbit. You don't see these too often. Probably one of the toughest diamonds to get off a rancho. And the last one right here, light brown diamond Rio Grande turkey and light brown diamond Miriam turkey. And for the final mount, we saved the best for last. Here it is.
That is unreal.
The albino grand slam.
That's unbelievable.
I spent well over a year getting each of the trophies for this mount right here. I just slowly upgraded it as I got new stuff. When I first got this mount put up, it had an albino lion, and I think everything else was commons or other rare. And then every time I'd get an albino that would fit in here, I'd just add it to the mount.
Wow.
And eventually we ended with this.
This is your centerpiece of this lodge.
Indeed. This is probably my favorite mount in the lodge. One of my favorites, at least.
Is the centerpiece of the other lodge even cooler?
I don't even know if I would say there's a centerpiece in the other lodge. Everything is a centerpiece.
Oh, gosh. And now we're moving on to Scarecrow's most epic lodge, I guess. As if the other one wasn't insane. This one's supposed to be mega insane.
It's going to be the most insane thing we've seen today. All right. Here it is.
Oh my gosh, I can already see so much. Oh, I kind of want to keep my head down for some of it. I'm gonna keep my head down and follow your feet.
We'll walk backwards. Okay?
All right.
So let's walk to about here and then turn around.
Wow.
That's a diamond albino red deer and a diamond piebald red deer across from each other.
Dude.
I would say that probably out of the 2, this piebald's my favorite because it's bigger. It's the nice big rack. But I mean, they're both nice. They're both really cool and definitely tough to get. We're gonna go over here to the left. I feel like that's gonna be the best way to look at stuff without spoiling too much too early.
Okay.
We're gonna skip over probably just the little diamond fillers like this diamond harlequin duck. But above it, this will be the first great one we see today.
No, dude. Look at that.
That is the big rack great one whitetail.
Is that the biggest one in the game?
For the whitetail, yes. This is the biggest rack the whitetail can get, and it is just absurd.
That is wild. Looks like something out of a deer farm.
And if we come over here, we've got a couple more great one whitetail. One of them, this one right here, we call this one the Kinsko rack. And the reason for that is because the first content creator to post a video of this rack was my buddy Kinsko. He was the first to put one of these on YouTube. And across from it, this is like a weird wonky 50-50 rack. He's got on the, his right side, our left side, that is called the drop tine rack. You can see why it's got that massive drop tine.
Yeah.
And the other side we call the cluster rack because it has that big cluster on the tip of the beam. And it's pretty uncommon to get them combined into one set of antlers.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's crazy.
Yeah, and everything else here, this was just like random rare tar that I got during my tar grinds. So
are these all diamonds and specials?
They're all rare fur types. No diamond ones, but all of these are a rare fur type.
Okay.
And if we go over here, we're going to see melanistic pheasant, just like the last lodge. And now we turn our backs to the hallway and walk this way and look up at the wall.
Whoa.
A bunch of massive diamond moose, a couple of cool tar. This is a diamond tar over here next to a piebald red deer and another diamond tar on this end. Then there's one great one on this wall. This is another one of the big rack ones. It's probably one of the most common racks that you will get for great one whitetail. I see so many of these spawn compared to the others, but they're pretty cool still. I do like them. Next up, this room is where things start to get absurd. This mount in front of us with these whitetail, these are all super rare whitetail. All of them are diamond, albinos, and piebalds.
That's insane.
They are pretty crazy. And this albino is kind of a special albino as well. In fact, all of these are. Because all of these, I got these without herd management. These were just like regular super rares without any type of like grinding to make diamonds more common.
Wow.
So I got these 2 piebalds 1 day apart on Rancho del Arroyo.
Now that's what's insane. That ain't normal.
That is crazy. Yeah, that was the most... That's probably the luckiest, one of the luckiest moments I've ever had in Call of the Wild was getting these 2 back-to-back days without any form of herd management or anything. I was just blasting every whitetail I saw back then. Now, turn directly behind.
Okay.
We got a couple little diamond tar. Nothing too like insane compared to some of the other stuff. But what's up on this wall is where it gets kind of wild. You're going to see the first glimpses of some Great One black bear. The Great One black bear to the far right is the fabled chestnut. That is my favorite fur type for the Great One bear. They're just stunning.
That's a
And then
really
right to the
crazy
left-
color.
Yeah, it's insane. The one to the left, that is the fabled spotted Great One black bear. Another really cool fur type for them.
Oh.
And then we will kind of go past the moose and the tar because they're not anything super insane and go to these next 2 Great One bears. Both of these are fabled glacier, but you'll notice they look different. There's actually 2 different variations of the fabled glacier black bear, and they both look super cool. The one on the far left, it almost looks like the ghost mask from like Call of Duty Ghost.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks
so
like Ghost.
Cool. Right next to us, to your left, this is our first glimpse of a fallow deer Great One. This is the rack that we call the blade rack, and that's a fabled hooded fur type as well. Super, super pretty. We have some on full body mounts, so you get to see the fur type a little bit clearer later. This right here, this is a diamond fox with my most recent Great One pheasant. That is the fabled sapphire Great One pheasant.
That's crazy.
It's so pretty. I love the sapphire so much.
It's really cool to be able to come in here. After hunting a long time, we get to see a lot of the really basic ones, but it's so cool to come in and see what there is a possibility for.
For sure, for sure. And honestly, I cannot wait until we manage to like get a Great One to spawn on one of your maps. I think that's
Dude,
going
it's gonna be crazy.
And this will give you a good idea of like what there is for each species, so you can kind of decide what you want to go for even.
Yeah.
These black bear right here, it's another fabled spotted and another fabled glacier. We've seen those already, and another fabled spotted. So I've got a lot of duplicates because I think there's only 6 fur variations for the Great One bear, and I've got 5 of the 6, which is why I keep grinding. I want that 6th one. I want the fabled spirit, but I've just not been able to get it. This guy right here was one of my more recent ones, I think, Fabled Creep. Actually, no, this was from January of 2024. So it's been a while since I killed this thing, but it's still pretty. Like, it's really, really pretty. And up on the wall, we have another Fabled Glacier. Across from us, we have another Fabled Spotted, as well as another Fabled Glacier. My voice is dying from all these trophy lodges. So that about does it for this room right here.
Okay.
Pretty crazy room, right? This is like my bear room primarily. Now, we're going to walk backwards for here because
okay,
we've got some pretty wild stuff. I'll tell you when to stop right now. Right on this little like entrance. There's nothing too crazy. A couple rare tar sitting here. Turn to the left though, and you will see the first Great One red deer.
No, it's got vines on it.
It's pretty ridiculous.
That is crazy.
And the crazy part about it is the red deer Great One's probably the least exciting Great One in the game because it only has 1 fur type. One fur type, the Fabled Spotted, and it has 5 different antler variations, but they all look very similar. So just to think that this is probably one of the least impressive ones and it still looks this impressive, pretty crazy. If you turn to your right, this is another multi-mount of all super rare whitetail. Well,
wow.
Except the melanistic. The melanistic was a melanistic level 3 whitetail, but it was 0.03 below diamond, which was pretty sad because this rack almost never trolled. Up on this wall over here, we have a super rare piebald red deer. Beautiful piebald diamond. This has the same rack as your diamond red deer. And then everything else up on that wall is just like diamond tar, so we'll skip past them. Look directly behind you. This is my favorite trophy in this lodge, probably.
Is that a Great One?
That is a Great One. That is the fabled two-tone typical rack Great One moose.
That is crazy.
And my second favorite is right behind him, right here.
Oh.
The two-tone big rack Great One moose.
And is that a quail?
Yep, that's a quail. It's part of the multi-mount, so I had to throw a little quail in there. But it gives you some pretty cool poses, which is why I wanted the quail in there. Because without the quail, the poses aren't as cool. I mean, just look at that. It's on the nose. The quail is just sitting on his nose.
Oh,
it's
that
so
is
cool.
so crazy.
Now, if you look directly behind you,
Okay.
it's a moose haven over here.
Oh man,
It's a
is
moose
that a
party.
great one? It's got to be a great one, right?
It is, but this was back when you could still get a common fur type for a great one moose. Now, right behind it, we've got my only super rare moose ever. This is a diamond melanistic. I have never killed another super rare moose. I've killed I think over 15,000 moose, and this is the only super rare one I have.
Wow. What about this one? Oh, great one. Great one would still be a level above super rare, or no?
So it depends, really. But in most cases, a super rare will always be tougher to get than a great one.
Okay.
Because not only do you have to get it to like spawn as a diamond, but it also has to have a rare fur type, which is also incredibly tough. So great ones, you can usually get them within a few thousand kills. But super rares, if you're not herd managing, it's like a 1 in 20 or 30,000 chance of getting one or something ridiculous like that. If you're herd managing, it's more like 1 in 5,000 or 1 in 10,000, but it's still incredibly tough. So yeah, these two great one moose, these are also back when they had common fur types. It's actually the only ones I have with this set of antlers. I've never got this set of antlers since they made it guaranteed to get the cool furs.
Yeah, like a double.
Yeah, we call this one the quad paddle. It's probably my least favorite of the moose antlers, but so cool. This guy right here, the fabled speckled spider rack.
The what?
The fabled speckled spider rack moose.
It's got blue eyes.
Isn't that so cool? A lot of the great one moose do have
cool.
colored eyes. And then I think, did we look at these? No, we didn't. These are two leucistic pheasants. And then these are a couple of diamond pheasants. And up on the wall, probably one of the smallest piebald moose you'll ever see.
Is it a special, or you just because you like it?
I mounted it because it was a pet. We left it on our map for like a year before we finally killed it.
Oh, why did you kill it? It'd been cool to have.
The only reason was because I stopped grinding moose on Medved, and so I was like, you know what? Let's go take him down for a video, and then we'll continue our grind on Leighton.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now this is a pretty sick room here. You're gonna see a lot of really cool great ones in this one, but it isn't our main. This wall right here, this is a fabled painted fallow deer with the blade red.
Oh wow,
super pretty. The fabled painted's such a cool fur type. And then as we kind of go over here a little bit more, we've got another great one pheasant. This is the fabled garnet.
Ooh.
This is actually the only plumage type for pheasant that I've got two of. Pretty cool looking. And then right here, I did something different with these big rack whitetail just to, switch it up a little bit. I just mounted the antlers like that. And one of the main reasons for that is because this one on the far end here is broken. It was my first ever great one whitetail. In fact, first ever great one I ever got was this guy right here. But an update that the devs pushed out broke any whitetail you shot between the release of Rancho and the next update. And so anything you shot then has a rare fur type, even though it wasn't rare when you killed it. So when I killed this, it was a common, and then the update broke it, so it's a piebald. So I just keep it like that. Then next to it, fabled Morganite great one pheasant.
Now that's crazy.
Speaking of great one pheasants, that's what we're going to look at next. Look at those.
Wow.
This little green one on the top, that was my first fabled great one pheasant, the fabled emerald. And then below it is the fabled ruby. Super pretty. And then on the end here, we've got the fabled citrine great one pheasant and another fabled garnet. The citrine's kind of unique.
That's weird.
Yeah, the yellow is the citrine. It is probably one of the, I guess, most controversial of the fur types for them, or plumage types. Like, half the community loves it the most, and the other half hates it.
Huh.
Now, this right here, this mount right here, this was my first ever great one black bear. And it just happens to be, it just happens to be the max score that a great one bear can get as well. This is my only max score great one that I've ever killed.
That's huge.
And next to him is my only super rare bear. That's a diamond cinnamon.
Because cinnamon is a rare, right?
Yeah, it's a rare. So this is the only rare diamond bear that I've got out of almost 18,000 bear kills.
Is chocolate rare? Is there a chocolate?
There's a brown fur type.
Is it rare?
Brown is rare, yes. Brown, cinnamon, and blonde are the three rares for black bear. Then over here, this little mount, this little whitetail mount, these guys, the reason that we have a great one and two super rares together instead of like 3 great ones or 3 super rares is because I got these guys all within 2 days.
Wow.
Just absurd. And then this wall is a bunch of like miscellaneous diamond pheasants that I got during the grind. And this corner was my first fabled chestnut bear. I love the fabled chestnut. Now you can actually see the full body of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just so fluffy and bulky. And then we've got the, I think, only albino pheasant I've ever killed. I think this is my only albino out of all my grinds. And then right up above, another diamond albino red deer.
It'd be cool if it said which map, maybe.
Oh, that would be so nice.
That way,
I would
if you
love
do
it if
forget,
they would do that.
have like a more info tab.
Man. I don't know why we don't get that type of stuff for the lodges here. It'd be so helpful to have. And oh my gosh, imagine if you could do a name tag, or like you could write a description of the trophy and then, access that info
cool.
anytime. Okay, so now we turn a little bit because we don't want to see the main room yet.
We do not want to look into the special room. The special room behind us is going to be the room of all rooms. We got more moose.
This is the fabled ashen typical rack Great One moose right here on the end. And then we have a few rares that I got during the grinds. On this side right here is a Great One red deer behind you. You can kind of see how, although you've seen 4 or 5 different racks for the Great One red deer, they all look about the same. They're very, very similar looking.
Yeah, the vines kind of.
It covers up any like differences really. Like here we've got some more Great One red deer. This guy is the big rack. This is the biggest it gets for the red deer. I got a few miscellaneous rare tar and stuff, and then more Great One red deer on the end. We're going to come in this way and look at this wall first. Got a baby moose. Bear.
Oh my, that fallow deer.
Isn't that beautiful? That is the fabled silver fur type with the spoon rack.
Yeah, it doesn't really have points.
Yeah, it's just completely palmated.
That's so cool.
It's wild. And if we look to his right, that is the cluster rack Great One whitetail. And if we look to his left, you'll see a diamond albino brown bear. This is not like a normal one. This is actually a guaranteed mission animal that you can find on Medved.
Okay.
So if you do the missions on Medved, you will have a chance to kill a diamond albino brown bear. Next to it, though, this right here, one of the coolest racks that you will see for the Great One whitetail. This is my second favorite, the drop tine rack to the left of the bear.
Cool.
It is one of the most impressive looking Great One whitetail. Just so stunning. And the one to his left is probably the most unique. A lot of people call this one the short rack because it's the most like short and small of all of them, but it's still a cool looking Great One. And if you look behind us, look at this fallow deer mount.
That is so good, dude.
So this little guy with the orange fur, that's the fabled painted. There's 2 fabled painteds in here. The guy in the middle, that's a fabled hooded. All 3 of these have what people have dubbed the Irish elk rack because it looks like the Irish elk did.
Yeah.
Back in the prehistoric days or whatever.
That is super cool.
While they may be really impressive, the one on the wall might be a little more impressive. This guy right here, right above me, that is the fabled golden big rack or typical rack. People call it big rack or typical rack, but it is an impressive looking fallow deer.
These Great Ones have really added a lot to the game. Although I've never seen one in my game. But it's nice because it gets you out there and it makes you kill a lot, and that makes you see a lot of what there is.
And also to the left of this Great One fallow, we've got 2 super rare fallow, a diamond piebald and a diamond albino. All right, let's look to the right first because the coolest stuff is to the left. And that may sound crazy considering this is 3 super rare not whitetail, but fallow deer. Diamond, piebald, albino, and melanistic.
That is so cool.
And then on the wall, we've just got miscellaneous diamond fallow deer as kind of like fillers until I get Great Ones to go there. And on this wall, 3 more Great One whitetail, but you may notice this guy in the middle is pretty wide.
Yeah.
He's a little bit wider than the average buck, and he scores about like 13 points higher than the average would be for this set of antlers. Next to him, we also have another drop tine rack. And then let's look up on the wall now.
Okay.
These guys aren't Great Ones. This is just like miscellaneous diamonds, but it looks cool. I like the way the moose kind of like tie this wall together.
Oh, yeah.
And behind you, my favorite fallow mount of all time.
Oh my gosh.
This is my top 3 favorite combinations that I've found so far.
Are these Great Ones?
These are all Great Ones. This guy right here that you're looking at, that's the fabled silver with the blade rack. This guy that I'm next to, this is the fabled painted with the big rack. And this other one right here, this darker one, that's my favorite combination that you can possibly get. The fabled mocha.
That looks really good.
I love the mocha. The mocha it's just such a cool looking fur. And so now at this point, it's really just the last 3 rooms. We've got obviously our big main room and the 2 rooms that are next to it. So we're going to have to be careful not to spoil that big room yet.
Okay. Be sure to turn,
at a little bit of an angle, because we still have a couple great ones to look at outside of the door. Right here.
Where you at? Left or right?
Right. Right.
Okay. I see you.
We got the Fabled Ashen Great One Moose, and next to it, probably the rarest Great One Moose I've killed. It's a
wow.
Oak, but it's a mixed rack. It's a 50-50 rack. Super
Once
unique.
again, they have blue eyes. That one did.
Yeah, the blue eyes really are so cool. There's only a couple of fur types for the Great One Moose that does the blue eyes, and it's just beautiful. Now, on the other side over here, we got two more Spider Rack Moose, a Fabled Oak and a Fabled Ashen. The Fabled Oak's kind of it's kind of a pretty one. I don't like the Fabled Ashen as much. It looks very similar to a normal moose to me. But I really like the Oak. The Oak's pretty.
Yeah.
Inside of here is
Moose
nothing
room.
too insane. It's just diamond moose from the grind and a few rare tar, I think. So we won't really spend too much time in here. Directly across from it, though, a couple of great ones and my favorite albino diamond ever. This guy right here is my favorite, like, super rare that I've ever killed.
Wow.
The diamond albino big rack red deer, and it was maximum weight as well. And above him, you'll see a very tiny deer. That's Gerald. He was one of our pets from one of our grinds, and I told everybody that once we got the great one, I'd kill Gerald and mount him, and so that's what we did.
Oh, rip.
So poor Gerald's in here just because of that. And then across is some pretty cool stuff. Some cool diamond fallow deer, cool diamond moose and stuff, and a couple of great one red deer. And probably the coolest thing on this wall is the top right. That is a piebald diamond whitetail, and it's the biggest one I've ever killed. Oh, and these guys are kind of cool. Piebald red fox.
That is. Did you say piebald?
Yeah, it's piebald.
Yeah, those are super cool.
This brings us to the final lodge. Lodge room. This brings us to the final room.
Big
room. The big boy room. I want you to look straight down.
I'm going to look straight down and follow your feet.
And instead of going one mount at a time, I just want you to look up and take it all in at once, because it's an impressive room. Look around now.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
This is the room.
There is so much antler in here.
There is a lot. There's a lot. This is the main room where the majority of my whitetail go, and also some of my favorites.
Yeah.
So let's start with this guy right over here.
Okay.
These were the first 3 great one fallow I killed. All of them got the spoon rack. Actually, maybe they weren't the first 3, but they were the first 3 spoon racks I killed. Right behind them is one of my favorite moose. This is my favorite moose fur type, the fabled birch.
That's a really cool looking one.
It is so unique. This wall, more great one red deer. Like I said, they look all the same, so we won't spend too much time on them, but they're still cool. And this is a sick mount right here. 3 drop tine rack great one whitetail deer. But the cool thing about it is not only is it 3 great one whitetail deer, but each of these is a different configuration. And then this right here, these are a couple of big racks mixed with a cluster rack. And this middle one is the same 2 cluster racks and a big rack, but this middle cluster rack is incredibly high scoring and wide. And right here is 3 big racks, if I'm not mistaken, including one that you may see a gold trophy rating on. Yeah, we won't talk about what happened there. But now we've got a few more down here. This is actually the lowest scoring cluster rack I've ever killed right here in the middle. He scored like 386, which is like 20 points lower than they normally do. Now, up on the wall, this is my Great One Tar wall. Ooh. And one of these is the one that you saw me take down. In fact, it's
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. This guy on the left side, the Fabled Skull, that's the one that you watched me take down. Super cool looking. And this guy was the one I took down like a couple weeks before it. This one next to him.
Wow.
But top is a few more Great One Whitetail. This is another tar right here. This is the Fabled Snow, and he's kind of crazy looking. This was from my longest tar grind ever. I killed over 3,400 tar to get him.
Now that they did the update on Tijuana, are you going to do a grind there?
I don't know if I will, because I've already got my Sunder Patent grind set up really well, so I don't know if I want to go through it again, especially since I'm doing red deer and fallow on Tijuana already.
Okay.
All right, next up, we got this mount here. Actually, this is 3 different racks here. We've got the little short rack guy here. Middle one's another Kinsko rack, and this side's a cluster rack again. Now, this right here is going to be the most unique whitetail mount of them all, and that's why it's the last mount that we're looking at today. This guy in the middle, you will notice that he looks quite different compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
If you see the antler on his right, our left,
yeah,
that is the typical rack I talk about all the time that I've never killed a full one of. That is the one that I don't know anybody personally that has killed one of these. But the reason this one in the middle is my favorite also is the other antler. That's one of the Kinsko rack antlers, but it's super twisted and squished for some reason, which just looks really crazy.
This is quite the collection you've put together.
Yeah, this is about 140,000 kills worth of trophies.
Dude, that was sick.
Dude, I'm surprised that only took 40 minutes. The other one took an hour.
Well, the other one had a few technical difficulties at the front, I guess, maybe.
It did. It had some technical difficulties, and there was more like trophies to talk about because we didn't skip over as much. So after all that we've seen in here, what great one do you think you want to try and get? What species looks the most interesting to you out of all of them?
Honestly, I would even say black bear, but also fallow deer.
Good choices. Good choices, because the fallow is probably the easiest one to do if you hunt on Tiabaroa.
Well, sweet. This has been quite the tour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited to get back and start piddling around with my trophy lodge. My trophy lodge was so bare. But a lot of that does come down to killing animals. So I guess I could do a better job at that. If you haven't seen my trophy lodge tour, click right over here. And don't forget to click right over here to subscribe to Scarecrow if you've not already. He's got a lot of videos, killed a lot of animals, as you could tell.